What's up, everybody? Big Herc 916. You tuned into another edition of my vlog. Want to say thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thanks for all your support. You know I'm all about that positivity and that motivation. Make sure you guys also support my Patreon. On the Patreon, I keep it raw and uncut. Don't have to worry about the YouTube algorithms or any of the drama. So, I try to put as much game in there as possible. Somebody asked me, man, Big Herc, why are you sober? Why haven't you ever been involved in drinking, getting high, the drug scene? It just never was my thing, man. I never really found anything interesting about passing out, forgetting what I did the night before, throwing up in the mornings, breath stinking, the burning sensation of something going down into my stomach, the babbling that occurs after you become drunk, or the behavior that follows. I just never found that entertaining, man. I had an alcoholic in my family, and when they were sober, they were one of the greatest people in the world, and very loving, very giving. And when I seen what the poison water did to him, it just really turned me off, man. And I said I never want to be that person. I never want to be somebody who was one person one day and one person the other day because of alcohol. And so I chose to stay away from it. I chose not to be, when the homies used to drink or mess with different things, I just chose to pass. I didn't like it. I didn't think it was something. Having watched that family member, I vowed I would never go down that road, man. So I can count on one hand how many times I've actually gotten really faded. I've drank on occasion with the wife, champagne, something like that to celebrate, but as far as getting faded, I can count on one hand and a few fingers how many times I really got faded. Not my thing, man. And as far as drugs, I've seen people in front of me at a young age do drugs, and I just detested it. I thought that, it was a weakness. It was something that took away from your true strengths, and I didn't find anything. I didn't see that there was any benefit in it after they did it. They weren't like they became Superman, or they were able to, figure out the stock market or do anything like Limitless or something like that. So I figured, why would I want to do that just to get high? I get high off of, I can be high off of life. I can get high off of just enjoying my daily activities. So I never felt that getting high was something I wanted to really be a part of. And even when I sold drugs, and I sold, quite a bit back in the day when I was a youngster, man, from crack to meth, man, and I seen what people would do to get high, and it just scared me, man. It scared me that people would give up their bodies, people would give up their belongings, they would go hungry in exchange for getting high, and just cross each other up, man. I mean, people getting high, they would throw their mom under their bus, their kids under the bus to get another bump. I mean, you couldn't trust anybody in that world. It was just a horrible thing, and once I got out of that scene and I kind of reflected back, I thought, like, wow, man, it's just a lot of bad energy. I don't even want to touch anything involving around that, because there's nothing good from that. And that's why it always connects the dots up, and people always get caught in these big situations, because the drugs, man, it's destroying the spirit, man. It destroys the soul. It takes away everything that was given to us by God to make us great. People, you see them talking to themselves. You see some people that never come back. I know people close that, they don't even know where they're at half the time, because they think they're living in one world when they're actually in another world, man. It's just sad. And so the drugs, man, it just scares the shit out of me. So I just leave them alone. I've had friends whose family members have died off of drugs, thinking they were doing some blow, and they ingested fentanyl and just died. I've seen people, you know, have heart attacks. You know, I've just seen people die off of just getting robbed to get drugs, and then people wake up and realize that, man, what I do, you know, and they're sitting there looking at, you know, 100 something years for murder. You know, people have just done way out stuff, man, and it's not worth it. That scene is horrible. I mean, you know, people want to be casual drinkers and go out and have a good time, and I'm not trying to say that I'm a prude or you shouldn't enjoy yourself, but when you take it, and some people can't do it and detach from it, and a lot of people are functioning alcoholics. They get up in the morning, have a shot of tequila or whatever drink of choice, you know, in the morning, and they go through their day and they have a couple beers in the afternoon and they go to bed and have some wine. I mean, that's an alcoholic, man. That's alcoholic. And you know, when they get to their 60s and 70s and they live beyond what they thought they were going to live, and they got all these arthritis problems, joint problems, ligament problems, deteriorating muscle, you know, you could blame it all on alcohol, you know. Blame it all on alcohol, man. You know, and now you have to live with that. The deteriorated body, this vessel that you've abused over the years because you wanted to enjoy the moment. Whether it's alcohol, crack, meth, bath salts, spice, you know, cocaine, heroin, whatever it is, man. I mean, it's going to take its toll on you, man. And you know, I'm not here to preach. I'm just saying that I never found it interesting to indulge in it. And a lot of times people are indulging in these things daily because they're trying to escape something. They're dealing with emotions that are very depressing, that are, you know, that bring down their morale, that, you know, they don't know how to cope with feelings. Nobody wants to show that they're soft. And other people, they cope with it other ways. Maybe they do violent things. Maybe they are verbally abusive. Maybe, you know, they have other addictions. It could be sex, it could be, you know, who knows, you know, but there's other ways that people cope with just darkness. So if you can find a positive way to channel that darkness, man, and to still enjoy yourself without becoming basically a slave to the drink, and you know, I'm not gonna, and drugs, I just say just stay away from them, you know, because it's nothing casual as far as just, you know, tooting every now and then, or, you know, shooting every now and then. I mean, that's just, you're killing your body, man. You know, just try to find something that gives you purpose, man. You know, I could never do it, man. It scared me, man. When I used to sell drugs to people when I was 14, 15, and these people were 30 something, and they were willing to do whatever to get the drugs and maybe even kill me over them. It was just, it blew my mind, man. And I didn't realize the damage I was causing because I was trying to get that paper. And, you know, when I hear people bragging about it now, or you know, there's a lot of songs about it, and it's not anything good from it. And, you know, if you look right now, it's the pharmaceutical companies took over the dope game. You know, they took it off the street, and now they're packaging it up, and they got the same dudes who were selling crack for the Colombians selling pills for them. So it's just a total flip, man. But I just never found it something I want to do personally because I felt it was a weakness, and I was scared if you know, I don't want to become one of those persons, you know, addicted to it and lose my life, you know, get caught in something and end up one of these people, a zombie on the street. So I give any advice to people out there, man. You know, I know it's a hard thing to cope with. It's hard to break away from, but, you know, try to find some type of strength within yourself, man. And holler at me, man. I would love to, you know, share some insight if I can. You know, I'm not coming from an avid drug user position. I'm coming from somebody who was able to avoid it because of just what I've seen and the choices I made in my life. But hey, man, get at me, Big Herc 916, man. I wish you all the best, man. Stay sober, man. Shout out to Chappie.